Welcome back to another episode of Projecting Grandeur. I am your host, Ron Dichter. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for being part of this community. It means the world to me for all of you that have shared it and helped to expand our community. We are changing the world by helping entrepreneurs become the best that they can be because they are the innovators, the risk takers, the disruptors that are changing the world. And while I don't have all the answers, I'm going to give you whatever is inside of my brain in the exits of businesses that I've had, started, and sold. And anything I can do to help, please take it. Today, I want to talk about doubt, and I want to talk about how to turn that doubt or channel that doubt into motivation and drive. We all have doubt. We all have insecurities. We all, question ourselves, our business, even what we're doing at times. That is perfectly normal, and there's nothing wrong with that. But how do you take that insecurity? How do you take that uncertainty? How do you take that doubt and use it to help motivate you to channel that into drive so that you can actually continue to move forward? Because I've talked about this a lot, that consistency is paramount if you're going to have success in business. And, while every day is going to be filled with new challenges, it's not always going to be great. You are going to have days that are going to be challenging. You're going to have days that are going to be hard. And the way that you handle those is by always focusing on where you're trying to go and remembering that you're going to have bumps. You're going to have things that don't go perfectly. I mean, if you think about anything in life, it's never a straight line. And it's always going to be filled with bumps and turns and things that you're going to have to navigate to overcome it. And so as I have doubt in my mind at times, whether I'm thinking about my current business six pack or whether I'm thinking about some of my past businesses, usually what I do is I take that doubt, I take that insecurity, I take those things that I'm in the back of my mind questioning, and I use that to motivate to me in a way that I know what I don't want to do. Meaning when you have doubt, usually there's a reason behind it, right? It's not just, oh my gosh, we're going to fail. Usually it's, oh my gosh, we're going to fail because of these things. And then what I do is I use those because of these things to help me, stay the course, to help me steer past, like, okay, if that's something I'm concerned about, what do I need to do now to prevent that from happening? And I think a lot of times if you can start thinking about your doubt as a preventative, almost like a preemptive cautionary tale on how you can overcome that objection or that concern or that, potential failure, what it allows you to do is make smart, strategic decisions now that help you overcome a problem that actually hasn't happened yet in your business. And I think that is a really powerful tool that a lot of people don't do, because what happens is people really get focused on becoming reactionary, right? There are things that happen in your business and you react to them. But what about the things that haven't happened yet? What about the potential risks that are out there? And I don't know if you've ever done any sort of exercise where you talk about your threats and your opportunities, risks to the business. It's an important lesson to go through those things to figure out what are the potential threats that you have in your business. What are the things that can derail you, that can bring, that doubt, where you're like, I don't know if I can do this. And then how do you put measures in place today to prevent those things from happening before they actually happen? See, again, most people, they don't do that. They're not proactive about solving problems that don't exist. They're proactive about being reactionary to problems that do exist in your business. And so as that doubt, that, insecurity starts creeping in, really, embrace that. Understand why you're having this doubt. Understand why you're having this insecurity. Try to look at what it is that's causing you to feel this way. And then now you have something that you can actually go combat to make sure that you don't have that happen. And what that also does is that helps you internally feel stronger because you're solving things that are not problems yet. You're actually preventing bigger problems from happening. I mean, think of it like health. If you work out or you eat right, you're doing it to prevent future health issues. They aren't here yet, right? You don't have these health issues. You just know that if you do these things today, you can prevent them from happening later. It's the same thing in business. You have to understand the things that potentially can happen in the business, put measures in place today to prevent those things from happening. So that's how I look at doubt. That's how I look at insecurities and uncertainties about things, is I try to figure out why I'm having them. I then look at what do I need to do in the business today to prevent those things from happening. And that actually makes me stronger, because now I have one less thing that's, causing me to have doubt in the back of my mind. And I've used that doubt to create drive and motivation and direction in the business. So again, don't let doubt derail you. Let doubt teach you. Hope you find this helpful. My name is Ron Dichter. This is Projecting Grandeur. Please don't forget to share this with somebody else that might benefit. And don't forget to like and comment. And most importantly, subscribe. We put out 5 new videos per week. And sometimes it's just me, sometimes it's a guest, but you don't want to miss any. Thanks so much. Have a great day.